Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sending this video just for we, the Nigerians, to know the kind of problem that we are into. Because it seems to most of us that things are going well, but I promise you nothing is going well. Nothing is going well in the country at all. We are in big problem. Because if you listen to this interview with Mr. Peter Obi, he said a lot of things regarding the budget. And if you look at this budget is not reflecting the will of the people at all. But I'm not going to take your time. I just want you to listen to it. And after that, then we can take it up from there again. Thank you so much. Enjoy the video.
Welcome to NC Exclusive, the one we call the News Central Exclusive Conversation. My name is Kaidi Akintami, and today I will say to you, many years ago, I did an interview on a different TV station with the outgoing governor of Anambra State. The interview has gone viral every few months because of its simplicity, the openness of the gentleman, and the authentic way of making things complicated seem simplified. His name is Mr. Peter Obi. He was my guest over 10 years ago when he was the outgoing governor of Anambra State. He is happy to be simply recognized as Mr. Peter Obi, and he has created, without driving it, a movement that no politician in Nigeria has ever been able to create. It is called the Obedient Movement, and they are as loud as you can possibly imagine. Mr. Peter Obi, the Labour Party's presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections, is right here with me on News Central Exclusive. In today's interview, we'll delve into key issues surrounding leadership, the economy, and the internal dynamics of the Labour Party. Mr. Peter Obi, it's great to have you on NC Exclusive. You're welcome.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes. So now, Mr. Obi, you're being a voice in the wilderness during the 2023 campaign, highlighting the wastage by people in government. Here at News Central TV, we have had a look at the 2024 budget, and there are parts of it that give grave concerns about where the taxpayers' money is going. Have you had a look at the budget, and does it worry you the amount of money that is going to agencies that look like they're going to fritter away taxpayers' money?
I have, and I've several times raised concern, grave ones, about the budget. I've sent messages about it. If you follow me up in Twitter, you will see where I have complained severally. Even when the senator, one of them, alleged that there was 3 trillion pardon, I did make a humble appeal that that budget be taken back and looked at to ensure that the right things are there. Because you could see it clearly that the budget, now I'll give you a few examples which I've highlighted. The budget of the National Library. A country the size of Nigeria does not have a national library to date. We have the National Assembly trying to build its own library for about 15 billion naira. When the budget of National Library is not up to 1 billion. That is where the whole nation, and I'm sure the amount of their own library, cumulatively, if we put all the universities together, their budget of, again, National Assembly Clinic being 15 billion naira. When, if you put together the entire teaching hospitals, which is, in quote, the height of our healthcare, if you put teaching hospital of our foremost universities, Ibadan, Nsukka, University of Nigeria, Ahmadu Bello, Lagos, is less than the budget of the capital budget, is less than the budget of National Assembly Clinic. I can go on and on. The Ministry of Science as a ministry, the entire capital budget is about 6 billion. When the budget of the car park of House of Rep and the Senate is about 6 billion.
So the priority of the government is to create car park.
It's totally misplaced in today's system. And if you've seen that the pardon, which they said is not true, have not become even a reality. Because if you go where you're not seen in places of like National Space Research Development Agency, and you're not seeing 80 million for dust bins in Oyo, 80 million for sensitization of unwanted pregnancy, 170 million for sensitization for tertiary plans on peace and conflict resolution in space agency.
So what space agency got to do with traditional rulers?
You can believe it. You're not seeing where we have about 300 million over a national news agency of Nigeria for tricycles and school renovation. And you can go on and on and on and seeing things like that. And you ask yourself, how did we come here? Like I've always said, government needs to prioritize our small resources in key development areas, which are health, education, and per capita, pulling people out of poverty. And these areas are not getting enough support. If you talk about your healthcare, the most important part of your healthcare is your primary healthcare. That is the foundation. We have today overtaken India in infant mortality, 7 times our population, and the capital budget of our primary healthcare for the whole nation is about 59 billion. The cost of our presidential jet at 100 million is about 160 billion. That is 3 times our primary healthcare.
And this is not the only private jet that the president
No,
has.
that's the new one we
That's
purchased.
the new one.
They said it's 100. We don't know the actual figure because they need to reconfigure it and everything.
So when you say they
see
need to reconfigure it, are you suggesting the numbers are being massaged?
I don't know what is happening because nobody knows. We now live in an era where nobody knows what is happening. All you know is that you wake up in the morning, they tell you, we've bought these new cars. Nobody. That is why I keep saying we must go back to the parliamentary system of governance. Even if we have to maintain the presidential system, we have to include where everything has to be explained.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now that we have watched the first segment, which is chapter 1 of the interview of Mr. Peter Obi, now I think you have all heard him, and I just want to analyze a little about what he has just said. What he said, because we are in big trouble. We are in big trouble. I don't know how we can be able to solve this problem, this kind of state capture that the APC has captured the whole Nigeria. Okay, imagine, look at what Mr. Peter Obi said, a billion. The whole Nigeria, imagine the whole Nigeria, the library that the whole Nigeria is using, the whole university, everywhere in the whole Nigeria. But the House of Assembly library costs 15 billion for only the House of Assembly library. You know, why the library for 225 million people will cost 1 billion. So imagine that kind of budget. That is alarming, to be sincere. Then going to the number 2 of it, he also mentioned that the National Assembly Clinic cost about 15 billion. They budgeted 15 billion for National Assembly Clinic, and would therefore the total teaching hospital in the whole of Nigeria is less than that of the National Assembly Clinic. Imagine. Okay, now we go to the car park. He also mentioned that they budgeted 6 billion to build a car park. 6 billion. Then we also go to the primary health care. They said the capital budget for the primary health care for the whole Nigerian is 59 billion. And the presidential jet cost 160 billion for only president, only Tinubu. This is a man who has not experienced hardship. He has other private jet, but he still went and used 160 billion to buy one private jet. And the whole capital budget for primary health care for the whole 225 million Nigerians is 59 billion. You see, we are in big trouble. So let me leave it here so that we can go to the second segment, which is chapter 2 of the interview. There we have more to say also.